Hey Anne, how are you today?
I'm very good, thanks. How are you, Polly?
Excellent. Hey, we're coming to you guys because the holidays are here.
Yes.
And one of the very first things that, Anne and I are so committed about is keeping our self-care practices really strong and intact, especially during the holiday season when chaos starts to exude all over the place. You start to feel overwhelmed. How are you going to get everything done? And the very first thing that disappears is taking care of ourselves. But if we take care of ourselves first and make sure to plug in our self-care practices, we both believe that it will bring greater joy, more fun, incredible stamina to your holiday season. So we're here to share a couple hacks and secrets. I'm Polly Fletcher. I am the host of Love Your Body Challenge and Bulletproof Your Attitude Armor. And this is my friend and colleague and partner, and Margaret Vavoliza. She is the host of Ageless Beauty Face Yoga, currently running the 28-day challenge. Actually, we've extended it all the way through December to keep that holiday glow at your very best.
Mm-hmm.
So, Anne, it's so great to be with you in Boston, and you are in Cork.
Yes, it's great to be here, Polly.
I love this international kind of get together that we do.
Yes, I love this vibe. I'm always wondering how are things in Boston and the weather and the time zone. It's brilliant.
It looks like we're having some similar. Oh, your shades pulled. Some similar weather. It's not as cold as it has been.
Yeah, it's just like that here. It's just kind of wet and a bit dark.
So both of us have run challenges, and we wanted to share with you some of the things that some of our participants say to us, and how we kind of coach and mentor the people who are in our challenge for the results that they want to have. And the fact of the matter is, Anne and I were discussing today, no time is ever the right time. There's always an outbreak of chaos that holds us back from doing some of our self-care routines. And what are you finding?
Well, what I find is that, we're wives, we're moms. Even if you're single, you'll always have things on your lap, and then you'll think with self-care, oh, I'll do it later, oh, I'll do it later, or I don't really need it right now. And that's the exact time that you do need it.
Yeah.
And what I find is that with the face yoga, you can integrate it into your life. I'm a busy working mom. I still have to do my self-care routine because I know that prevention is better than cure.
Absolutely. And so how can we really sort of tell the difference between utter fatigue, where we really need, that really good night, full-blown restorative sleep, versus apathy? One of my go-to things that I can tell, or that is a big red flag, is your clumsiness. If you notice that you're stumbling or tripping, or you have some sort of unexpected fall, or you thought you were holding on to something and you fling it across the kitchen as you're, in the midst of trying to prepare the meal, then you know that that is fatigue. The more clumsy you become, the more fatigued you probably are. So that's a difference between fatigue and apathy. And apathy can also, show itself because we are overwhelmed, as if we couldn't take on, how is it possible to take on one more thing, especially self-care? Because self-care does require what? It requires attention. It requires getting yourself settled before you can actually, enjoy the actual self-care thing, right?
It requires a little bit of discipline. But what I would say is that if you have a nighttime ritual, you're more inclined to go to sleep more easily. In the time that you are taking off your makeup, you wash your face, if you just do some light tapping around your eyes at that time, that will really help. And that acupressure tapping will really help drain the lymph, drain that fluid, which causes you know, the dark circles and the puffiness under the eyes. I think it's more effective. The massage is actually more effective than the cream that you might be putting on. But you know, you can integrate it into your life. So even if you are very fatigued, you do still have to wash your face. Try and get one little, you know, eye exercise in there while you're taking off your makeup, because it'll help you sleep better as well.
I think what you're saying is so important. Is sometimes we believe, there's this belief that our self-care means that I have to reserve a huge block of time, that, you know, perceptually, you know, that illusion is I don't have a block of time to be quiet, to set up the environment, which is the most ideal, right? To have a little bit of aromatherapy, a nice candle, draw a bubble bath, but this illusion of time. And I think, Anne, what you're saying is that we can be implementing some self-care in little dose packets throughout the day. You had mentioned, you know, tapping on some of the acupuncture points, you know, maybe while we're waiting for a cup of tea, or
one of my favorite ones, and one of the easiest ones to do, is your breathing. A lot of us, actually nearly all of us, are breathing just from the chest, just from your lungs. Those are shallow breaths and you're not getting as much oxygen. When you see a cat having a nap, their abdomen is rising and falling. So even if you're feeling very, very stressed, if you just breathe in and out through your nose, let your stomach rise and fall, keep your chest flat. That's one of my favorite techniques. It's one that I teach a lot of clients and students, and it's actually one of their favorite ones as well, because it's so relaxing. Because as you get more chaotic in this holiday season, your mind is going to be racing. All that stress is going to show in your face, and it's just going to become these thinking lines here, the thought here. The more you relax, the less stress you'll have on your face, because remember, everything shows on our face. So, you know, just bringing in one little massage technique at nighttime, and throughout the day, you know, think about your breathing in and out through your nose, and your breath is always with you. You can always relax instead of becoming overwhelmed.
And especially if you're someone who might have, you know, get headaches, not talking about necessarily migraines here, but every once in a while, you know, the barometric pressure changes, or just the stress of the holiday season of so much to do. You know, maybe you wake up with a little headache, or you're feeling a little headache during the day, you've forgotten to stay really hydrated. You have a couple really good acupressure points. Let's just kind of review those. I really love the one that you do here, the temple. Let's do a couple just to demonstrate how you could quickly, in 2 minutes or less, start to change the chemistry, the chemicals that are being released in your brain, to begin to feel better, to begin to take the stress and edge out of your face, so you look absolutely gorgeous and ageless in all of your holiday photos and all of your holiday engagements. Your friends will be saying, oh my gosh, how are you keeping it all together and so cool and looking fabulous? And it really comes from doing your self-care, not letting your self-care shrink back into the shadows, back into the wall, because, you know, no time is really the right time. We can
No time is the right time. So
can,
this is a
go ahead. Yeah.
This is a lovely acupressure move, and I'll just do the upper eye acupressure points. So with your middle finger, if you start and trace down to the middle and hold and press on your third eye. Now breathe in and out through your nose. Then this is actually an acupressure point, so keep the circle small and rotate 3 times in one direction, clockwise or anti-clockwise.
And holding the pressure there is important, because you want to be moving the fascia, the muscle under the skin, not just circling on top of the skin. Is that correct, Anne?
Exactly. And then rotate 3 times the opposite way.
And you want to go really pretty slow, so that you can feel that fascia moving underneath the finger and the muscle.
Now, this is a great technique to alleviate tension and headaches, and it has the added benefit of producing more collagen and elastin.
I love that. More collagen and more elastin. Who's with that?
Oh, absolutely. That's what we all want. Okay, now in the middle of our forehead, just above the eyebrows, hold and press. And rotate again, start the rotations and increase the pressure 3 times in one direction. And then 3 times in the opposite direction.
And you go up, I go up to the point of resistance. Is that what you do? You feel the point of resistance on your circles?
Yes, that's perfect. Now we're stimulating our subtle energy system. It's called our ki or prana. And just hold and increase the pressure again. So our ki or prana, it's not something that's really measured, but it gives you a sense of well-being and clarity, as well as plumping up our skin. And now we're going to move to the side of our temples. And again, increase and hold that pressure. We can hold an awful lot of tension behind our eyes. It's the tension in our muscles that causes wrinkles. That is the cause of wrinkles.
And as you do your breathing with this exercise, right? We're breathing, we're changing the chemistry in our body.
And rotate 3 times the opposite direction. Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Very meditative because you're focusing really on this one task, on your breathing, and allowing the chaos to just be put on hold so that you can return to it restored.
And now inside, there's a little indentation there, that's the acupressure point. And rotate again, increase. Now you don't need to be anywhere specific to do this. You can do this in the car park, you can do it lying in bed, you can do it when you have a headache.
I think the most important thing is to know that you have these tools accessible so that you can pull them out, you know, while you're going about your day and your routine, especially if you find yourself at the computer or your laptop or your phone for extended periods of time. This is a great way to help increase the circulation, protect your eyes.
Absolutely, and rotate the opposite way if you haven't done so already. And just keep increasing that pressure.
Increasing blood flow and circulation.
And the blood flow is really important for anti-aging, because when a plastic surgeon is doing an overhaul of somebody's face, they actually lift up the skin and cut the muscle. The muscles have become so tight there is no blood flow. So that's why massage is so important to keep your looks youthful and come out of the pose. Now, I don't know about you, Polly, but I'm really feeling just a lot clearer with that. I love that.
I am too. And you know, this is the difference between like that sluggish sort of fatigue that we begin to feel is you don't have enough oxygenation coming up to the brain. You don't have enough blood flow. And so and this didn't take more than 2 minutes, right? This is 2 minutes of self-care dosing kind of throughout the day. And you get a huge bump for just those 2 minutes, right?
Yeah. This is better than cigarettes. This is better than alcohol. Alcohol, cigarettes, and caffeine are stimulants. They are stimulating the nervous system. What we want to do is relax. Those 2 minutes of relaxation, you're not getting a buzz from it. You're going to relax, but you don't need that caffeine hit. It's just going to make you jittery, and then you're just going to get more stressed out. You should try and be more reflective, come back to yourself.
And it allows you to access what I love to call the calm zone in Love Your Body More Challenge. When you're in the calm zone, this isn't about sleep. This is about really accessing your most powerful, energetic self so that you can see the chaos or you can see all of the things that you need to do that are laid out before you, and you can act with precision, with stamina. You can make the better choices. You're much more flexible, you're agile, you're coordinated, right? So when we don't have good oxygen flow because we're seizing under chaos and stress, or good oxygenation, in 2 minutes, you can really change the terrain of how you're performing. You can actually perform so much better at the tasks that you're engaging in.
And you know, that's it. You can do that all the time. Another time you can do it is when you're lying in bed just before you go to sleep. And the more that you can calm your mind like that, even when you're very stressed, you'll be able to see situations and think more clearly. So that's the really nice part of the well-being with face yoga, is that you can think more clearly. Because the more stressed you get, you're just running like a hamster in a wheel, trying to get your shopping done, organize your parties. But remember, all of these things are going to take a heavy toll on your face. And years of this kind of thing without having healthcare, without having some self-care, that's when people wake up and look in the mirror and think, oh my God, what happened to me? Now I need injectables. Now I need plastic surgery.
Right.
So by building these techniques into your regime, even if you can't do much at all, we're all driving, you can always do your chipmunk.
Yeah. And the thing that I really like about, face yoga really packs a punch. You think that it's just, maybe doing a couple exercises on the face, but you're really getting a 3-2 punch. You're getting your meditation, you're getting increased oxygenation, you're getting increased blood flow, and you're increasing the strength, in your face, the tone, the stamina in your face, that really, it takes a hit. We don't even realize the hit that it takes. You say over and over and over again, all the stress of my day is mirrored right here on my face.
Everything is mirrored in your face. Our face muscles are different to the muscles in our body, because all our face muscles are connected to neighboring muscles in our body. The muscles are connected to your bone. So that means you're expressing an awful lot. And when you're expressing, and it's expressing that causes wrinkles, you're pulling other muscles with it, and they're eventually going to dry up. And the only way to get that plumpness in is to do your face yoga, do your exercises and your meditation, because we have overworked muscles of the face and we have dormant muscles. So these areas here are these are overworked.
Yeah.
These are sleeping muscles and these are overworked. And when you relax the overworking muscles, you're stimulating your acupressure point, your third eye. It's going to help you think more clearly over this Christmas. I mean, I never got people telling me or giving me compliments about my skin in my 20s or in my 30s. In my 40s, people are complimenting my skin.
Yeah.
So it really does work. And if you're too busy during the day, just try and get one face yoga pose in.
And this is really interesting, because busyness is an illusion, right? So if you want to perform in your busyness better, right? You want to be on target. You want to be, executing at your very best version of yourself, instead of, when we're tired, when we're fatigued, when we're in overwhelm and chaos, we make mistakes. It takes longer. So if you want to have a higher performance threshold, it makes total sense, right? To pull in some of these strategic, face yoga tips as part of your nourishing self-care. It's a gift to yourself, to your whole body. It's not just happening here on your face, but it's changing in the chemicals that are, you know, released from the brain, the neurotransmitters that begin to make us feel better, feel
Mhm.
stronger, feel much more confident. Guess what happens? You start smiling more, and that whole cycle starts, you know, eliciting more neurotransmitters, more feeling better, more smiling, less stress in the face, increased oxygenation. And so we know that no time is ever a great time. But what both of us teach is bring your self care into manageable bite sized pieces so that you can be utilizing it all day long, so that you're executing at your very best level of performance, that you're always leading with the best version of yourself, right?
And
And so
that's,
you can
yeah,
catch yourself when you
and
start to feel fatigued.
that's how we want to look. In Age's Beauty, we want to look beautiful all over, a radiant smile, beautiful skin, not a quick fix technique which is going to cause more problems long term than it solves. And you can naturally make your face more beautiful. And the exercises and relaxation techniques, some of them are from Ayurveda, some of them are from traditional Chinese medicine. They've withstood the test of thousands of years. Ayurveda is recognized by the WHO, the World Health Organization, as being a recognized health benefit. And that's why it's so important that you bring it in. It'll help all your body. When your body is working better, you're going to sleep better, you're going to produce more collagen and elastin. Remember, after the age of 21, we stop producing collagen and elastin, which is a scary thought. So we have to bring it back into the skin, because the consequences are, and I've seen it so many times, someone wakes up in the morning, they think, oh my God, what happened to me? I used to be youthful, I used to be this person, now I need a facelift. And so we've all seen celebrities with facelifts and those injectables that people are laughing at them if they just look terrible. So try to bring these practices in. You will benefit so much in your body with your breathing. Instead of running around like a headless chicken, you'll be able to think better, sleep better, and it will all show in your face.
Absolutely, you know, and some self-care practices you do have to, you know, I know one of the other self-care practices that I like to do is to bring out my infrared, you know, sauna, but
Mm.
it takes time. I have to clear the space. I have to assemble it because I live in a less than 1,000 square foot high-rise apartment in downtown Boston. And as much as I love to get into my sauna, I have to assemble it, and then I have to, you know, put it all away and shove it back in the closet. And so I'm less inclined, unless the environment is absolutely perfect, to do that self-care technique, which I
I
do
mean,
love, but I don't do it as often. This way, like I said, you're kind of getting a 3-2, you know, a 3-to-1, you know, 3 for the work effort of 1 punch, all at once throughout the day with some face yoga self-care. It is the easiest to implement.
it's the,
Um,
I mean, you're implementing it a lot more, Polly. I can see massive, beautiful change, and I can see that you're implementing a lot more in your lifestyle and how easy it is. I think you got to know your exercises, and now
I
you
do.
can. I do the very same. I mean, I do my lower workout when I'm driving. I do my lower face workout when I'm watching TV. I don't have to stick on my DVD, try and find where the remote control is, change my clothes. That's effort, and I don't have to go into some website and find the password and then find my
Right.
laptop. You can always just, if you're with our 28-day challenge in the Ages Beauty, you can still join in. It's so easy um just to look at one of my videos, have a watch party, watch it again. It's on your phone. All you have to do is pick it up on your Facebook, watch along with me, and get all your exercises and learn them and integrate them into your life. Effort.
And the thing is, like, just like you said, once you learn one of the exercises, it's so easy to begin to train yourself to incorporate it. You and I, when we hold meetings, we're both like doing
We're massaging our
yeah,
nasolabial lines. You know, we're plumping out our cheeks. You know, I'm holding the pencil. I'm trying to flatten my forehead. We're accounting each other. Did you wrinkle? Did you wrinkle?
Yeah.
You know, so it's very easy to bring it into your day, and so much more than that. So just learn a few techniques along the way and bring them into your everyday life.
So, our question, for you to maybe, consider during when you're feeling so overwhelmed and so busy is, how do you really re-nourish yourself during, multiple times during the day? They didn't come up with 15-minute breaks at work. Arbitrarily. They did do a study way back in the day to find out that employees perform better when they are given certain break and rest periods throughout the day. Otherwise, the work performance changes. So aren't you at least worth that to, pay attention? What is this about? This is about paying attention to your own personal way that you're operating, to come out of unconsciousness and really start making your self-care a huge priority. It is a non-negotiable because it sustains your health and wellness for all the decades of your life, right?
Oh, absolutely. And with the techniques that I have, all of them, they're so gentle, they're so easy to implement, and they're recommended by Palsy Association, Strokes Association, because they build up strength in your skin, in your muscles, in your facial muscles, and in your tongue. You know, if you don't use it, you lose it, and you get the added benefit of being more relaxed, calmer, and able to think more clearly.
That's right. And increased blood flow, increased
Blood flow
oxygenation,
and
right?
nutrients into your skin. I mean, the guy who started shiatsu means finger pressure. He lived till he was 95 and he looked half his age. That is the power of massage.
Yeah, that's just incredible. And
It's
you can
incredible.
do it for yourself. You don't have to set aside. I mean, yes, it's lovely to set aside and go for that full body massage, that full, feeling of a facial. It is wonderful. But when we're under pressure and in the midst of chaos, right, those things do fall to the side because they have a time constraint. They have a place that you have to show up. What we're saying here is this is portable. This comes from you. Little doses, just like you run to the sink to get a glass of water, brush your teeth. You are giving yourself non-negotiable self-care all day long until you can do some of the bigger things, some of the things that require a destination, right?
And if you're still struggling with yourself, that you don't feel you deserve the time or you need to do something else, think about yourself like you would a child or a pet. If you needed to do some technique on them, you would do anything. You drive out of your way, you'd have all their favorite food cooked, you do everything. So try to treat yourself with just some of that respect that you give to your child, to your pet, how much you care for them. Just turn that
Absolutely.
around to yourself. You owe yourself just to give yourself the mental space to think about your breathing, to try to relax your forehead, to do your chipmunk when you're driving.
Absolutely.
Mm.
Absolutely. This, what are we talking about? This is almost like being your own best friend, befriending yourself, treating yourself with, respect, with unbelievable, gratitude, love, and
Kindness.
appreciation, which, we both talk about in our programs, whether it is in the Love Your Body Challenge or in the challenge that we're running, together right
And
now,
as a
which
love
is the
coach,
Age of Beauty.
I'm an EFT practitioner and a love coach. I have solved people's problems in 2 sessions where they have gone to psychologists in top hospitals and they couldn't find a solution. And a lot of it is down to self-love, just kindness, compassion, gratitude for ourselves, giving ourselves a little bit of time in the day, a little bit of mental break, and about self-care, because it all shows in your face. You know, we speak to ourselves in a very harsh tone that you wouldn't dream about saying to another person. And if we were a little bit more kind to ourselves, we would have less stress and less wrinkles. So self-love is something that I always teach, either in my EFT practice or when I'm helping people get into relationships.
And you know, this is what we also call, you know, really bulletproofing your attitude armor. But in order to do that, we have to access these really powerful brain chemicals, right,
Mm.
in our brain, and there are strategies to do that. And in doing this little bit of, you know, the acupressure points, massage, some of the face yoga exercises, you are really getting, you know, a 3-1 punch, you know, throughout the day.
You're
So
decreasing cortisol and you're increasing serotonin. Now, we've all heard about cortisol. Cortisol, it contributes to a lot of weight gain, especially around the stomach area. It's responsible, cortisol, for so many other diseases and other troubles and, you know, malaise in our body. So the more serotonin that we have, the calmer that we feel throughout the day, you're going to prevent a lot of these things. So this is more about long-term thinking, about prevention rather than cure, not always looking for a quick fix, you know, just trying to develop more self-care. I'm always talking about the face, that you're not suddenly in a moment where you think, oh my God, I need an injectable. Injectables cost €900 every 3 months here. You do not need them, as Polly can attest to. You really can do some self Botox here on previous exercises I've shown, and you do not need a quick fix in your body either, I believe.
yeah. So do something make a gift to yourself, make a commitment, you know, this holiday season, to lead with confidence, to lead with the best version of yourself. If you're interested, there's still time to join us on the Ageless Beauty Face Yoga Challenge. We're going to run it all the way through to December 31st. This is a great way for you to take care and nourish yourself and have the best holiday season right now. And if people want to join after listening to this and people are interested, how can they get a hold of to join the challenge if that's what they want to do?
Well, it's with Ageless Beauty. Ageless Beauty with Face Yoga. We put a link down below.
Yeah.
So just click on the link and answer the questions. And it's €60 to pay. So when you join, I'll send you the link to pay. It's €60 for the month. Well, we're actually going to run it up until the 31st December, and it's $66. So with that, we're going to be doing our face yoga. We're going to be incorporating resistance training in your face, acupressure, relaxation, well-being, shiatsu, and you're going to look beautiful, natural, ageless beauty.
Absolutely. And, you know, again, that benefit is the release of all the beautiful neurotransmitters that help us to feel good, help us to de-stress, so that, you know, you're looking at performing so much more with so much more agility and precision, and showing up with greater stamina. Because let's face it, you know, the holidays, as much as we all love them and adore them, they do take a toll on our energy. And so this is a great way to keep your stamina strong, and so that you can show up and not miss a beat of all the joy that the holiday season brings with friends and family and engagements.
And Instagram and Facebook and photos, you want to be looking your best.
Absolutely. You know, when you look back a year from now, you'll say, oh, wow, you know, I was looking pretty darn good in 2019.
Well,
And
as I was saying, you know, nobody has complimented my skin in my 20s. Nobody not complimented my skin in my 30s, come to my 40s. Everybody's saying to me, God, you look really well. What are you
and you
doing?
may think, oh, well, what's the point? You know, here we're at the beginning of the holiday season. It's going to take till January 31st to change my face. Absolutely not. You know, the results are amazing, you know, when you just start to apply them in little dose packets frequently throughout the day. You know, your muscles are resilient. They, you know, you start working them out, they start holding, you know, that strength longer, and you become much more adept. The thing that you
Because
do is just begin.
just begin. Asian women use Asian and men. Asian people use a lot less muscles in their face when they're talking, so their face is weaker than Westerners. Their skin tends to sag a bit like molten wax. They find it hard to do face yoga, but they learn how to do it, so they're able to build up strength and do it more and more, which I think is encouraging for everybody to know that you can build strength back in your cheeks. Our cheeks tend to get hollow as we age. We tend to get jowls. Gravity is our enemy. It is doing us no favors. Even as we talk, it's pulling everything down. And the only way around this is with your face yoga.
Yeah.
So do join us, incorporate some tips and techniques as you're rushing around, and you'll be really grateful, I hope.
Yeah. All right. Anything else for our non-negotiable segment?
You just always have to tell yourself, I'm worth it, I'm worth it, I'm a busy working mum, I build my self-care in, I do my face yoga, I make myself accountable on the 28th day challenge. So come and join me and you will too.
Yeah, it'll be fabulous. We hope to see you. All right, that's it for this segment.